Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again and welcome to episode number 2 of the Project Cars Career Mode. We obviously had the first episode a couple of days ago. If you missed it, there'll be an annotation in the bottom left hand side of your screen, or of course feel free to check the channel page for it directly, or the playlist. I'll set up a playlist for any videos that go up on the channel that are part of an elongated series, which of course this is. Again, of course the footage is taken from live streams, so if you do want to watch me stream the series live, then feel free to follow the link in the description to my Twitch channel, and you'll be able to follow me on there and on Twitter as well, so you know what and when I'm streaming, because I do stream multiple other games as well. But you'll probably hear me during the stream at various points mention the lesser powerful carts. We did a series on stream of the 125cc carts, but I wasn't recording that for the second channel, so obviously I started this series on YouTube with the one-off event at Brands Hatch in the previous episode. We've left out all of the 125 kart stuff, and we're going to continue here with our first event in the 250cc superkart. So hopefully you enjoy. If you do, drop the video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I hope you enjoy. Actually quite looking forward to driving these. Not driven any yet, but we have a practice, qualifying, sprint race and a main race. So we'll only do like one lap in the superkart for practice, because I've never driven a superkart before on this game, so this is going to be really interesting to see how we get on. The Dubai Autodrome Club. This is the track we did with the Ford Focus when I did the first stream. So we'll just go straight out. You can hear the kart engine. Oh, we're going to sit. Look at this. So I'll show you what it actually looks like. Look at the rear wing on that thing. Look how beastly these superkarts look. They're incredible. That's unbelievable. But this is the first time I've driven one of these, so I'm not sure how it's going to react. Whether it's going to be a lot different to the 125 karts, or whether it's going to be pretty similar. The 125s were very, very twitchy. But well, at least with a spoiler, whoa, that touched the curb and it just dragged me off. At least with the spoiler on the back of this one, we should have at least a little bit of downforce. But it clearly doesn't like you touching the curbs, so we may have to adjust our driving style slightly to accommodate for that. Still learning this track as well, so I've not driven this particular version of it before. Very twitchy. It's a lot different to the Porsche we've just driven. You have to, every time I've absolutely nailed the throttle coming out of the corner, the back end has tried to step on me, so I'm going to have to be wary of that. I'm not sure where the braking points are, like I say, I'm still learning this circuit, but it's quite a short circuit, so we'll go for a flying lap here, although we've got a man right in front of us. Just nail the throttle now coming out of it, and we'll see where that lap time puts us. Obviously in the bottom left you can see, that puts us P3. That's a decent lap time. I might just do one more lap and try and avoid losing the back end, to see if we can get up to P1. Very pleased with that. We'll nail it. We're actually now down to P7, so other karts have been putting in laps, but this one should put us P1. That is very good. See the kart just weaving as it's going forward. That's ridiculous. But we'll return to the pit box. We are P1 by 0.5 seconds. We can go for another. Flyer. It's quite a wide track here, which helps for these flying sections. It's just that really nitty-gritty fiddly bit I haven't really gotten on with yet. Is that the end of the session? Oh shit, the session timed out. We ran out of time. We qualified in the end 7th. So we will continue to the sprint race and see how we can get on in our first race in karts. We qualified, again, in the midfield, which appears to be where we are. Appears to be where we are in terms of ability. Kind of in the midfield, which is good. Considering I'm still new at the game, it's good to be in the midfield because it means there's scope for progress. Which is hopefully what we'll be able to do. I'm just going to try and catch the green light as best I can. A decent start with regards to a few karts in front of us. I don't know what happened with everyone else's start. Either we just got that absolutely perfect, or we've flown into first place. Oh, God, at high speed, they just weave and weave and weave. I've got a guy on the inside of me. We're going to have to be careful. It's only 2 laps. I have made the laps slightly shorter, so it's you know, we can progress through these earlier races a lot quicker than than perhaps we would ordinarily have done. I'm going to have to watch my throttle through here though, Ches. This is a bit that I don't like, but we've managed to come out alive this time around. Can we nail it through here? I've taken a little bit too much curve there. They're still staying with me though. They are right on my back bottom. Although we've pulled away just through that actual final turn. I'll try and feed the throttling going around here. That was a nice turn. I enjoyed that one. It advises that you run wide there, but we're actually alright. I'm not even touching the stick. Look at the way the kart is weaving on the track because of the way the wind is hitting that rear spoiler, that massive, massive rear spoiler. I'm not sure whether it takes wind direction into account for this game. I am very, very scrappy when it comes to driving these cars, but they're so ridiculously super responsive that just one little tiny flick of the stick on the controller means that the kart just flies across the track. Just going to gently feed it through here. This is the section that I don't like again. We're through, it's okay. And we'll nail it around here, and then nail it around the right-hander as well, down the hill to the final turn, and it looks like we might be getting a win, or should be getting a win, as long as I don't spin on this final turn, from our first race in Superkarts. We are going to cross the line in first, ahead of Paul Walker, and we've won our first Superkart sprint race. Delighted with that. We'll head into the... Paul Walker actually came second. We'll head into the main race now after the sprint race. We've got 15 points from that. Top 10 drivers get points. Actually, looks like the top 8 drivers get points. And we'll head into the main race, which is... well, I thought it was going to be a lap longer, but it's not. It's actually 2 laps as well. So if we can nail the start as well as we did last time, although it's a rolling start, isn't it, for the main race? So I always forget that. But yeah, the karts are pretty epic. They're just extremely, extremely hard to control. You'll have to let me know, either via Twitter or in the chat when I can actually pay attention to it when I'm not out and out racing, whether any of you guys have picked this game up or plan to pick this game up on whatever platform, whether it be PC or... no, God, it weaves so much at high speed. It weaves, but it's strange. It's a grippy weave, which I can't quite... oh my god. I can't quite explain to you. Like, it weaves left and right, but it never feels like the back end's going to step. However, when you go through the corners like this, it does feel like the back end's going to step. Oh, and we've been taken. We're down to third. They're coming back at me now in this sprint race. Nail on the brakes. This is a section that I don't like. I'm just going to try and stay with them through here, not get... oh, he's cut the corner. And so did he. That's cheating. He's cut the corner to get in front of me. That is not very gamesmanship-like. We'll just dive up the inside you in a legitimate fashion, shall we? See you later, sunshine. I'm going to try and nail these two into this final turn. They'll break now. Dive up the inside. We're right behind Mikel Mendy something. His last name is really long. I'm going to try and get in his slipstream. He's gone defensive down the straight. Try and get in his slipstream to jump into this first corner and go back to P1. Kart is weaving all over the track. His is doing the same, so we're doing really well not to actually hit each other here, but I'm going to try and get late on the brakes. Throw it into the first corner. Oh, the back end's gone. They react so violently to the curbs, these karts. Now down to P4 again. Now this guy, currently in P3, is the guy that took us in the illegitimate fashion earlier on. Now I'm going to try and dance my way through here again. He's cut the corner again, that guy. He loves a bit of corner cutting, doesn't he? Let's try and do what we did last lap and nail them going down this straight into that final corner. Catching him very quickly. Actually giving him a little nudge there. We'll see if we can get up the inside of this guy into turn... oh, I don't actually know what turn number it is. Can we get in a slipstream of... oh, we're gaining on him, but not quite fast enough to catch him. P1 in the sprint race, P2 in the main race. That was exhilarating. Absolutely brilliant stuff in those superkarts. They're so much more fun to drive than the normal 125cc karts. We actually set the fastest time in practice and in race 1, but unfortunately Roca Schiappa, who finished third in both races, got the fastest lap in race 2 in the main race, and you actually get bonus points for getting that. But we won! Chesnoid Gaming is the champion of the Dubai Kart Masters Cup. There's a trophy for us. Is that just the trophy for this event, or is that for the entire championship? I presume it's just for that invitational event, and there will be more rounds, but we have been awarded bronze accolade for winning the Dubai Masters Cup. pleased with that.